Evernote, what are you doing? 50 notes? I'm out of here. Not so fast. We're going to give you some help today. Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. It's been almost a year since the Italian software company Bending Spoons acquired Evernote. A significant price increase, in fact, the first price increase of any kind in 7 years, has both helped stabilize Evernote financially and stir controversy. So, how much is Evernote now? Well, Evernote Personal now costs a little under $11 a month, and Evernote Professional just over $14 a month with an annual subscription. So, it's roughly the price of a meal at a restaurant. The price of one meal a month gets you what was, and many say what still is, the gold standard of note-taking tools. And hopefully the future holds even better. But, the tech world has taught us to expect everything for free. An excellent article that chronicles the history of free plans and the trends that we're seeing now appeared on the Taming the Trunk website. So rather than go into that topic here, I'm going to provide the link in the show notes and encourage you to read it. It's a really good article. If you're using Evernote free, you've just been given a rude awakening. You're now limited to 50 notes and one notebook. If you have more, you can still keep it, but you just can't add to it without a paid plan, without the upgrade. So, should you jump ship? Before you abandon Evernote for something else, I want you to think about one thing: the Evernote web clipper. Yes, note-taking software, they generally have some type of web clipper, but none has one as good as Evernote. I want you to think for a moment when you were doing that online shopping during Black Friday or Cyber Monday. So you place your order and you get that confirmation screen. In one spot, you see what you ordered, the price, the confirmation number, and information on when you should expect to receive your order. How do you keep that kind of information? Well, with Evernote, even the free plan, click on the Evernote web clipper. Choose Screenshot as the type. Click and drag the cursor to highlight the portion of the screen that you want to save. And now you can close the window and move on. You've just used one of your 50 notes. And after your shopping spree, you might have used maybe a dozen. How do you organize them? After all, you only have one notebook. Well, yeah, you have one notebook, but you have an open season on tags. And if you followed my work, you know how important ETR is to me. ETR stands for expect to receive. And it's a tag that I use in my digital task list for all of the things that other people owe me. Create an ETR tag and use it on all of your notes from your holiday shopping. So as the merchandise starts to arrive, check it against the notes that you clipped to be sure that everything is correct. And then trash each note when it's no longer needed. One by one, you've just reclaimed those notes. They back toward your 50, but only if you empty the trash. Anything in your trash counts against your limit, so empty the trash. But when a note is no longer of any use, trash it, empty the trash. You've just reclaimed a note. You've still got your 50. Move on. Leave Evernote, and your web clipping experience won't be as good. And in the next episode, we're going to explore the magic of the Evernote web clipper. So what can you do with 50 notes? Well, my advice here is to use your 50 notes in one of two ways. If you have read my book, Get Organized, you recall my concepts of fingertip files and current projects. First, fingertip files. Each of us has a small amount of information that we refer to regularly, so regularly that we want to have that information at our fingertips. Things like the code that you have to punch into the copying machine at work, your hotel rewards number that you're going to need at the check-in desk, the library card number that you have to punch in every time you reserve a book online, the combination for the lock that your son uses to secure his bicycle, the size of the air filter for your home that you're going to need the next time that you buy some more. So where do you keep those little bits of information? Create yourself one note in Evernote and make an alphabetical listing of every single one of them. How about when you go shopping for family members? You see the perfect shirt for Uncle Jim, but what size does he wear? Create a note and list clothing sizes for every member of the family. You've just used one of your 50 notes. And now when you're at the mall, you have the shoe sizes, the pant sizes, the shirt size, everything that you need. So where do you store things at home that might be hard to find? Okay, you have a dozen unused picture frames and you've put them in a drawer, okay? Well, when you go to look to find picture frames, will you remember that you put them in the drawer in that bureau or old desk that's stored in the attic? Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But if you have a note that lists where you're putting these things, you can put your hands on them in an instant. So create a note in Evernote and just remind yourself where you've stuck all these little things. Back in the paper planner days, we used to have this sort of information on a few pages at the back of the planner. That way, it was always at our fingertips. It's the same concept, just with a different tool. So now let's talk about current projects. There's something else that we kept on pages at the back of our paper planners. The organized person would devote a page to each current project. That way, the information about the project was always handy. Do the same with Evernote. Create a note for each project that you have going on. You'll have notes from phone calls, links to supporting information, PDFs that you've drug into that Evernote note, a spreadsheet, a PowerPoint presentation. Well, it's all there in Evernote Web on your computer, and it's also there in the Evernote app on your phone. If you're keying information on your computer and decide speaking would be easier, pick up the phone, tap the microphone key on the phone's keyboard, and speak the information, watching Evernote turn your speech into text. With 50 notes to work with, you can keep quite a few balls in the air. And when the project's over, copy and paste the information somewhere else. Google Drive, OneDrive, iCloud, trash the note, empty the trash, and you've just reclaimed a note. And all of the remaining current projects, and how many do you have? Each has its own note in Evernote where you can get to it easily from anywhere, add to it easily from anywhere. Yes, you're limited. So much of Evernote is the rich storehouse of reference information and the amazing search capabilities of Evernote to retrieve that information. The Evernote free plan no longer gives you that. But what you do have is the ability to take Evernote for a test drive with a limited number of notes. Is Evernote worth the price tag? Well, that's a decision for each of us. What about you? Are you sticking with Evernote? Why or why not? Leave me a comment. In an information age, our information's only as good as our ability to put our hands on it when we need it. Thanks for stopping by today. This has been Frank Buck, helping you get organized and make it look easy.